Okay, guys, welcome back to Cooking with Flavor. I'm also now I'm going to be cooking some Brussels sprouts. Those are not my favorite. My daughter Brittany, she loves Brussels sprouts. She stinks up the entire house when she be cooking them. But I found out a different way to cook these, so I'm going to try them because again, I waited till the last minute to get to the store. They didn't have cabbage, so I had to settle for Brussels sprouts. What I've done is chopped up some slices of hickory bacon, have some diced up onions and minced garlic. I'm going to put those into my pan over here on the stove once it gets hot. Um, with these, I'm going to cut off that stem, remove that outer leaf, and then cut them in half. So I'll give you a brief example of what I'm going to do with that. Let me get my knife, if I can find it. What happened to my knife? Oh, here we go. Well, it's important to have all your ingredients and your tools right here with you. So we want to take off a little piece of that stem. All right. We'll remove the outer part of it, and then we're going to cut it in half. So right there, you see how compact that is. It's going to have a lot of flavor, a lot of texture is going to be in there. And what we'll do is we're going to cook down this bacon. We'll add the onions and we'll cook all of that in that bacon grease and that bacon fat. Gonna get a nice char on there. Then we'll add the minced garlic, and we'll make a balsamic type glaze to toss these in. Okay, so right now I'm gonna move over to the oven where I start to brown or fry my bacon. In my pan I have about 4 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then you just gotta get that in there and get that bacon to cooking. Like I said, the bacon is gonna leave a fantastic flavor in the bottom of the pan, and that's what we're gonna cook our Brussels sprouts in, our mini cabbages. We're gonna let this bacon cook on medium-high heat for about 10 minutes or so until it's golden brown. But I'll show you the exact color that I'm looking for and the texture on that bacon. It's gonna have that crunch, have different textures from that Brussels sprout. And I think it's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be lovely. Try to get all the pieces to settle down in the pan by themselves. Let's try not to overlap them so that they can fry and get the right cooking done on it. So like I said, now these are gonna cook for about 10 minutes. And then I'll be back. All right, guys, we back. As you can see, the bacon is now cooking down, has the right brownness that I want. The onions are in there. And at this time, I'll add a little bit of garlic just to add some little more flavor. Don't want that to burn. We want to give it a nice little garlic flavor to it. So once we got that down and it's getting our onions are cooked and translucent, let's start to take this stuff out. We'll take this out and add it back into the Brussels sprouts a little bit later. So we're gonna take all this bacon and garlic and onion out. And in that bacon grease, we're gonna put our Brussels sprouts face down. We're gonna put the cut side down first. We'll get a nice char on there. All right. So now I have my Brussels sprouts. I've cut the Brussels sprouts, I've cut the stem, and then you take off the outer portion of the leaves. We're putting those face down in there. Make sure they all come in contact with the bottom of the pan so we can get that char on there and nice brown texture. And then it might take a little while to get them in there, but look, you want to take the time to do that. because you want to get the right golden brown texture on your Brussels sprouts. That's that water from the Brussels sprouts popping off there, causing that grease to kick up like that. So make sure you dry your Brussels sprouts good. Okay, so we're cooking right now. We're cooking. The Brussels sprouts are cooking too. You can smell this earthy, nutty aroma that's coming off of the Brussels sprout. Oh man, these are gonna be good. I don't have a lot because I don't think everybody in the household will eat them. And like you said, this is the remnants of the stuff that's left in there. You want to make sure you get all of that out. You're not looking for that in your food. You're not looking for the burnt garlic and onions and bacon in your food. I got my stove on a medium-high heat, and man, the house is smelling very good with that aroma, with that earthy, nutty aroma that's coming from these Brussels sprouts. Let's see if we're getting the brown. It's getting there. It's getting a little brown. You can see that. That's kind of what we're looking for, but it has a little bit more to go. And at the end, once I add the bacon and the onions and the garlic back to the pot, I'll hit it with a little salt and a little pepper. We'll be good to go. Well, I'm gonna change my mind on that. I'm gonna add the balsamic vinegar to the pot. I'm gonna take those out once they cook. Add the balsamic vinegar, a couple of pats of butter. Let that cook down to a nice little paste, and then we're gonna toss those Brussels sprouts in there. Again, adding another layer of flavor to your dish. Be right back. We're back. I just added the bacon and onions and garlic back to the Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna let this cook. It's almost on like a really low heat right now. Now we got all those juicy flavors, the bacon, the garlic, the onions. I'm gonna add a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette to it. Some of this canned steakhouse. I'll let that kind of cook on that end. It'll start cooking down, get a little pasty like, getting all that flavor out of that from the balsamic vinaigrette. Add a couple of pats of butter. Let that melt. Like I said, I got that on a low heat. At this point, you can really turn the fire off, but I just need to get that butter melted, cook off that, reduce that vinaigrette, and man, it's gonna be awesome, awesome, awesome. Like I said, we're on a low heat. Once I get this cooked down, I'll go ahead and turn it off, and then we can toss these and be ready to eat. Yeah, baby, you're cooking with flavor. Okay, guys, we're back. Okay, I've plated a little bit of the Brussels sprout veggie. So you can see you got a nice little char on there. We got your pieces of bacon, onions. That garlic is cooked to perfection. It's only one thing left to do. Let's go ahead and taste it. Like I said, this is not my dish, but I think I can grow to like Brussels sprouts. You got that earthy flavor coming from the Brussels sprout, that salty from the bacon, onions, the garlic. Perfect mixture. Perfect mixture. That's it for cooking with flavor. I'll see you next time.